Hey students, this is Mr. Ezzy again before you with another social and emotional lesson. Today we're going to be talking about something very important I'm excited to share with you, but let's get right into it. Today's lesson is going to be making power moves. Again, making power moves. It is very important for you and I to make sound daily decisions because what you do today will set you up to do what you would like to do tomorrow. Well, with that being said, let's get right into my book again. As he says, as is for the students I serve, we're going to go to page 111 and we're going to talk about choices. Let's read, and after reading, I'll break down maybe sentence by sentence to give you a better understanding about today's topic, as well as we'll hear from Ms. Naylor later, and also I have some activities for you to be able to process your decisions. But let's get right into the book. It says, all choices have consequences, whether good or bad. Always think about the consequence of every choice you plan to make. Personally, I always endeavor to literally think 3 moves ahead of every situation I do, because many times the consequences are not always evident in the first move or even the second move, but will be plain as day in the third move. Some people right now are locked out of the opportunity to pursue their purpose due to their lives being full of consequences. Make decisions that your future self would appreciate, because time waits for no one and you will be 20, 30, 40, or 50 soon. You should want to make sure you are making choices that your future self will celebrate and not cry over. Today and every day, choose wisely. See, students, choices are very important because what you do today, like I said before, will determine the life you will live tomorrow. Let's take some time to break down each sentence or certain words or phrases that I feel will benefit you all. Let's start with the first sentence. It says, all choices have consequences, whether good or bad. See, consequences are not necessarily bad things. See, consequences are sometimes good. If I make a good choice, I'll reap a good consequence. You reap what you sow. It's very important for you to understand that every choice, whether you feel the consequence or not, will bring a consequence. Many people think that, well, I didn't get in trouble for the last choice, but see, you developing a habit or a pattern that will set you up to feel a consequence later. That's why you have to be very mindful of the decision that you make, because one decision today can birth a pattern that sets you up to one day being caught or in trouble. But all decisions have consequences, whether good or bad. So even if you make a good decision and you may not reap a reward immediately, you are now developing good habits that will set you up to be praised, blessed, or set up for success later. Always think about the consequence of every choice you plan to make. The greatest muscle you have is your mind. You have a great ability every day to think. Most of us, or most people in society, are more emotional than logical. You have a brain for a reason. You were gifted with a brain and a heart. Do not use your heart more than you use your brain. You have a brain right now, a muscle that you can mold to develop such a, and set you up to easily recognize consequences and the impact of these choices quickly if you maximize this muscle. Like any muscle, if you don't work it, it won't work for you. But imagine if you took the time to breathe, calm the emotions down, think about the consequence, and then make a decision. Because if you're impulsive or act on every emotion, then you will just be an emotional-based being that makes decisions off of impulse without thinking. Right now, many students are living their lives in the emotional realm fully, more so than in a balanced realm of thinking, then feeling, and then fulfilling. That's the goal of life. I think to fulfill. I don't feel to fulfill. I think and then I feel so that I can fulfill my purpose. Let's keep going. Personally, I always endeavor to think literally 3 moves ahead of every situation. I do so because many times the consequences are not always evident in the first move or even the second move, but will be plain as day in the third move. Let's break that down. So basically with me, every decision that I make, not every decision, but every critical decision, sometimes you're going to be tempted to do bad things. Sometimes you're going to have thoughts that comes in your mind that's going to say, hey, take that, steal here, say this about this person, gossip, hit this person, or they said something to you, hit them. But in order to be successful, you got to be purpose-minded. You got to think, okay, if I make this decision, the first move after this, or the first step, I may not get caught. The second step, the second move, if I make the first move to steal, then the second move may be I may or may not get caught. If I do get caught, the third move is I will have a greater consequence. So if I think 3 moves ahead of a bad decision, I can then feel the effects of the potential consequence that will then make me say, no, I'm not going to do this, because in doing this, I set myself up to be in greater trouble. Like, I'm a BMT at the school, so I talk to kids all the time about this. I say, you know what if you would have took time to think before hitting that student? Because if you would have took time to think and say, okay, I was just hit by this student, or this student just picked on me. Let me take a deep breath and think. If I retaliate, the teacher may not catch me, but I may develop an impulse that makes me feel like I have to defend every decision I make. And then if I do get caught hitting another student the next time, I too will be suspended. But if I think and say, hey, this student hit me. What teachers are in this room right now? I'm gonna go tell the teacher and let the teacher know that I was hit by the student, because if I hit the student back, now we're both in trouble. But if I choose not to hit the student, but tell the teacher, and the teacher then puts the consequence on the student, then the student is the only one in trouble. Or some students will say, well, the teacher may not do anything. Well, you're setting up a good habit that if you say, you know what, I refuse to hit this student and set myself up to get in trouble. So even if the teacher doesn't do anything that I feel is justifiable for that student, I know one day that student's bad behavior is going to get them in trouble, and I will be setting myself up to never have the consequences of this child's poor decision. You see what happens when you think ahead of your move? A lot of good students end up in ISS when they could have avoided that consequence, or avoided their phone getting taken away, or avoided whatever consequence their parents gave them. If only they would have took the time to think 3 moves ahead. Let's keep going. Some people right now are locked out of the opportunity to pursue their purpose due to their lives being full of consequence. I promise you, every person in prison right now, every person that's surrounded with consequences will but they will look you in the eyes and say, baby boy, young lady, don't do what I did, because right now my life is suffocating due to my consequences. Some people right now are locked out of the opportunity to pursue their purpose due to their lives being full of consequences. Make decisions that your future self would appreciate, because time waits for no one, and you will be 20, 30, 40, or 50 soon. Let me tell you something. I am very happy and proud of the younger Mr. Ezzy, because what I did in my 20s, in my teenage years, it has set me up to be successful now. See, these books right here, that's how many books Mr. Ezzy has written. Mr. Ezzy also created these card games. That's a card game there that I created, and also another set of card games that I've created. Right now, I'm in the process of writing my 7th book. Right now, I'm in the process of creating 2 other card games. What I'm trying to say is that right now, I'm reaping the benefits of yesterday's decisions. I'm reaping the benefits of what Mr. Ezzy did at 23, at 24, at 25, at 26. Right now, I am reaping the benefits of my YouTube channel that has 55,000 subscribers, and I have 2 other channels to go with that. What I'm saying is that if you make the right decisions now, not only will you make residual income, but you'll also make residual impact. Right now, as I'm before you in front of this camera, there's probably 200 to 300 or 400 people watching a video of mine on YouTube. Right now, somebody's on Amazon ordering a book right now. Right now, somebody is being impacted by my video right now. So what I'm saying is, you gotta make decisions that will set you up in the future. Right now, each of these books make me money. Each video makes me money. Now, it's not about money, but the most impactful, the most important thing that I'm making right now that's more valuable than money is impact. I'm telling you, if you make good decisions early, you'll reap the benefits of them at a distant younger age. And what I'm telling you right now is that you can really set yourself up to be successful by making wise decisions. Yes, I know your friends are making funner decisions. I know your friends are out there on TikTok, and there's nothing wrong with TikTok. They're all over the place. But right now, the things you do where no one sees, eventually everyone will see. And what you do in the dark will come to the light. And that's a good quote if you think wisely about it. If you do good things when no one is watching, even though you may not benefit from them now, you will soon benefit from them later. You should want to make sure you are making choices that your future self will celebrate and not cry over. Listen to me. If you don't hear anything else that I say today, hear me closely. My goal is that when I'm 60 or 70 years old, I'll be sitting on the front porch of my beautiful home with my wife beside me with a glass of lemonade. And I'll be rocking in my rocking chair thinking about all the years I've lived. And my goal at that age is to celebrate the decisions I make. A lot of people are 50, 60, 70, 30, 40, or whatever, crying over their bad choices. Do not make choices that you're gonna cry over later. Make choices that you will celebrate later. Today and every day, choose wisely. We're gonna go right to Miss Naylor and see what she has to say for you students, and then I'll come back with my last word.
There is greatness in each and every one of you. Please let it show today at home with your families. I know this is a tough time, but we're going to get through this together. And if you should need me, please contact your teacher and let your teacher know. That is the best way to do that. And I will be more than happy to get in touch with you. Today, we're going to be working on one of our breathing exercises that you all know really well. And I go into classrooms and do this, but this is called square breathing. So I'm going to draw a square. And as I'm drawing the square, I'm going to have a process of how I breathe. So as I draw the first one, I'm going to say, take a deep breath. As I go down, I'm going to hold it. As I go across, I'm going to hold it. And then I'm going to let my air out. Let's do it again. We're drawing that square together. Come on, I know you know how to do this. We've done it many times. Here we go. Breathe in. Hold it. Hold it. Breathe out. Let's do it again. Breathe in. Hold it. Hold it. Breathe out. Oh, you're doing great. And we're going to do it one more time, and we're going to go a little slower to see if we can hold our breath a little longer. This is going to help us to calm down when we're feeling upset about something or just when our emotions are different, and it's okay. That happens to all of us sometimes. So here we go. One more time. Breathe in. Hold it. Hold it as you draw across. Let it out. You did a very good job with that. Now you're going to be seeing some videos of me reading books to you because I love to read. So I look forward to doing that. Also going to have some videos. We're going to be having a character ed lesson, and I'm going to be talking to you about acceptance for the month of March. So stay tuned for those, and I just want you to stay safe, wash your hands, and enjoy being with your family. All right, Miss Naylor loves you. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you, Ms. Naylor, for that. I know the students were very impacted by that. Make sure you listen very closely and apply what Ms. Naylor has said. And my last word today is make power moves. Don't make pansy moves. Make power moves. And I have this activity that I want you to do. And for those who understand Propel is the mentoring program I do. So I'm going to give you Propel lessons that will propel you into your purpose. On my Google Classroom, you'll find this worksheet. So your teacher will probably send you the link to my Google Classroom, or you may see a link in your Google Classroom. Or for those who's watching on my YouTube channel, the link will be in the description box below. But I have this activity that I want you to do. And parents, feel free to do this with your students. Basic activity is, what must you do daily to improve? List your daily power moves below and utilize the worksheet below to process 3 moves ahead of key decisions, whether good or bad. The first box is, what 3 power moves would you like to make when you are older and why? It could be, I want to be a CEO, I want to be a powerful a CEO, I want to be a powerful or whatever. Just think about the 3 power moves. What would you like to be? Who would you like to become, etc. The next box is, what power moves must you make daily to ensure the moves above are possible? If I want to make sure that I'm a millionaire by 35, a millionaire by 40 or whatever, or the #1 motivational speaker in the world by 40, then I got to make sure I maximize and sharpen my craft every day to ensure that I set myself up to make those power moves later. Now, parents and children, kids on the back, is thinking 3 moves ahead. List the decisions below that you need some time to think, time to really think through to make sure you are making the right decision. Simply, all I want you to do is write in the first box the decision that you're thinking about. And then I want you to think about the move, the first move, the second move, and the third move. I have an example there to help you. The example is, the decision or the first move is, should I steal from my mom? Move #1, I may or may not get caught, but will develop a habit of stealing. The second move is, due to the habit of stealing, I steal again, but this time I have a higher chance of getting caught. Move #3, as you think, you'll say, I'll probably get caught and my mom would never trust me again, or if I steal from a store, I can get in even bigger trouble. The power move is, don't steal. Work hard to get what you would like to have. That's how you think 3 moves ahead. Like I said before, the decisions you make today will echo throughout your lifetime. Choose wisely now and do something your future self will be proud of. It's Mr. Ezzy. I love you. Hope you all are having a great start to your week. I'll see you tomorrow.